Alrighty, welcome back. It is time for Rock, Paper, Scissors at Salt Flats 2021. Of course, I'm Brad. You know me from before, but Cole with me again today.
Returning today, yeah. I'm the community lead for the Calgary Smash community with ASA, and coincidentally, I also work for the sponsor of this event, Brightside, which I'm very excited to be here for.
Yeah, and actually, Salt Flats 2021, the Rock, Paper, Scissors event is powered by Brightside. So for those who don't know, the code is going out in a minute, everybody. Just relax. We'll get it in just a second for you. But what is Brightside?
Yeah, so Brightside is a financial free banking app powered by ATB here in Alberta. And basically what it does is it's a free app that allows you to use some of its different savings tools, automatic roundups, automatic savings, to basically support better financial literacy and better financial habits.
Awesome. Well, you know what? Let's get a little bit deeper into that. But for now, let's make that link live, if you wouldn't mind. We'll switch the Nightbot over, get that rock paper scissors link live, so you can all flood into the game as we tell you a little bit more about it here. And the link is in chat, so everybody hop in, tell your friends, make sure you're in rock paper scissors. First and foremost, I want to talk a little bit about the prizing. What are we playing for today? We've got $300. For first, $100 for second, so $400 total cash prizing for the people who make it all the way up there. And you know what? Anyone can win. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. We'll find a way to get you paid out. You are all good. But how does this work a little bit? My understanding is Brightside has like accounts or something. How does that work?
Yeah, so basically you can download the app, Brightside app, on either the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Free to download, free to set up an account. We will take some of your personal information as any kind of financial institution would do. And then you get a card sent to you, you get it activated, and you can transfer your money from any bank into the Brightside in order to get those benefits that you would. 0.5% cash back, those automatic savings features I was talking about, as well as a feature that we have called Friends with Benefits, where if you spend money at participating benefits or participating stores like OEB, National, Spirit Leaf, you automatically get $1 added to your account every time you do that.
Oh, that's awesome. And I mean, given that we are an Alberta-based event, we love to see Alberta-based businesses supporting Salt Flats. So we're very, very thankful to Brightside. And we know that the winners are also getting a little package that includes a nice little Brightside water bottle, which is actually phenomenal. I've been using it all weekend. As people join up here, make sure you are telling your friends. Again, I'm pretty sure if you tell your friends and get them to join, it increases your chances of winning. I've heard that. The developer told me that the more people you get in, the better your odds are. Your rocks tend to tie less or something like that.
And I'm playing today. So I've been making sure to send this out to literally everyone I know, all of the Discord chats I'm in, to make sure I have the best shot of overcoming the AESA curse and maybe making it a little bit further this time.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm just kind of following it down so everyone can see themselves join in. Make sure you are in that bracket. We're already at 168 people. And we're climbing. Again, all you need to do is click the link in chat. !RPS. Super easy. And this one, there's no risk involved. This isn't. You're not buying GameStop stock and having to get out anytime soon. You're just playing a game, having a good time, and you have a chance to win. That's all it is.
Absolutely. You do not need diamond hands in order to throw paper, scissors, or rock. You can take this trip to the moon regardless.
If you can find the cheat code for throwing diamond instead of rock, paper, scissors, though, I will award you the win. That is a very phenomenal play for anyone who can figure that one out.
Absolutely. I don't think you even need to award them the win. I think they just they automatically beat everyone no matter what.
Yeah, pretty much. So once again, make sure you are telling everybody. We're going to give it about 5 more minutes for everybody to join in. So don't freak out if we're not starting. You should be seeing a nice little waiting screen. We've got it all set up. I'm just going to go back through here, showing off some of the names. If you see yourself, great. Wave hi to the see you, but it's there.
And we've already got a bigger turnout than yesterday. So we've got a lot of competition coming in. Yesterday we had just Dylan take it over Sunsei, who later won the Melee tournament here at Salt Flats, which was pretty exciting.
Incredible play from both competitors, and honestly, even in their respective brackets later on too, both strong competitors across Salt Flats as a whole.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll see the Smash community take it over the FGC, or someone maybe not taking part in at all. Who knows?
And that's the best part. You don't have to be in any of the tournaments. You can take part just by hitting !RPS, clicking that link, and joining in. You don't have to be a competitor in any other event. You don't even have to be from Alberta. You can be anywhere in the world, and we'll make sure you get sorted out. All you have to do is make sure that you have the best possible chance by, when we talk about the statistics, make sure you're thinking about whether you're throwing rock, paper, scissors. Think about what your opponents maybe get in their head a little bit. And yeah, we'll make sure that you have a great time and do the best thing you can.
Yeah, and talking about those statistics, yesterday before the game started, we talked about how paper has consistently been the most picked and most winning sign thrown. But yesterday we saw a bit of a deviation from that, where paper was still the most picked sign, but scissors kind of dominated with a 36% win percentage.
It's almost like a new meta. 2020 was the year of the paper. 2021, we're seeing scissors come out dominant, come out swinging. And do we have our old competitors in here? Do we have just Dylan and Sunsei in here? I would assume they want to come back for a second dip, into that prize pool. But I haven't seen their names yet.
Maybe they're looking to give some of these other competitors a shot. They've proven themselves. Maybe they want to make sure that that other people get a chance to taste that sweet victory.
I certainly love seeing new competitors win. There's always anybody's game in rock paper scissors. That's kind of the best part of it. And if you are seeing your own name, this little disconnect symbol, don't stress. Make sure you just refresh into that browser. Make sure you're connected. It should say waiting for match, and you're in a good spot. As long as you're coming back in the same username, it'll just work just fine.
Absolutely.
Oh man, we're really filling up here. I wonder what Rock is going to be throwing. I just have a feeling I might have an idea of what they're going for here.
I could take a guess. I think if I were to take a guess, I would probably throw up scissors against him, just in case he's trying to mind game me. But if he throws up rock that first round, I'm absolutely throwing paper every other time after that.
Well, see, and that's the interesting thing, because my strategy here would have been to throw rock. I'm thinking rock is presenting rock, so they're going to think you're scissors. They're going to think, yeah, you're going scissors based on that mind game. If I throw rock and they throw rock, we tie.
This is like have you seen the movie, is it Princess Bride, where you've got the wine in front of you and the wine in front of me?
Yes.
This is just that exchange back and forth forever, I think, if we really go too deep into it.
But what they didn't know was rock was a Sicilian.
True. True. You can always bet on a Sicilian.
Absolutely. Let's see. We're still filling up here. We're still gaining 242 and climbing with 3 more minutes left to enter. Make sure you're getting in there. ! rock paper scissors. Click that link in the chat and get yourself signed up. Let's see if we can hit that 250.
246 people now. That is quite a bit, but a 1 in 246 chance of winning $300 for free. Pretty good. Pretty exciting. Yeah. And obviously the fun and thrill of competition is arguably the most important part of this here.
Absolutely, everybody's a winner. Oh, here we found paper. Oh, now that is the competitor. I can't wait to see paper, and rock good.
I'd love to see that matchup. Hopefully, we can get a finals with rock, paper. Could be interesting to see how that would play out based on the names.
Well, and especially because the meta. I mean, you think about rock trying to redefine, knows that it's the year of the scissor, thinking, I'm going to go rock, try to redefine, shape the next set of meta. I'm going to play a low tier and come out to this event. Whereas paper is somebody who hasn't really evolved. They're still sitting in that 2020 mindset of, this is what's tried and true. I still believe that the meta's never changed. I'm going to keep that paper strategy, alive.
Absolutely. And Scissors Main's out here talking about cutting out those old toxic habits from 2020 and going into this new year strong and fresh. Interesting to see how it will play out today.
Absolutely. Now we got 1 minute left. Make sure you're getting yourself ! RPS. Get yourself that link. Get in the event. You have just a minute to get in here still. Make sure don't want to miss anybody. Make sure they all have their chance here. 261. We're doing good. Cutie sneaks in at the end there. Let's see. I'm waiting for that clock to hit 2:10. For those last people, do not miss your opportunity to get into this event. We've been timing it, waiting for it all day long. You knew it was coming. 2 p.m.
And remember to stretch, guys. Cutie's joining the event. She wants to make sure that everyone is staying well, staying healthy.
Well, and take care of yourself, you know?
Absolutely.
That's the most important thing at a tournament, you know? We think about all the different things. We think about financial well-being with Brightside, but you also want to think about mental and physical well-being. Make sure that you are well taken care of. And if you haven't, I recommend, checking out the little wellness breaks we've been doing, or even looking back to earlier in the event yesterday. We have an event, a panel about financial and mental well-being, which will be put up to the Esports Alberta YouTube later in the week, and you'll have the opportunity to watch that back and make sure you're taking care of yourself at your long tournaments.
Yeah, and that was an absolutely fantastic panel from kind of an esports perspective, but also just in general life perspective. I thought it was really enlightening, very interesting to tune into and listen.
Well, you know what? It is 2:10. I'm going to give it that 10-second countdown. If you aren't in at this point, if you've not hit exclamation point RPS and joined up, you will be missing out. So we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Join that link. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It looks like
That's it.
I'm going to assume guacamole. Oh no, brother John, maybe brother something.
Brother Joe, brother something snuck in right at the last second there. 276 competitors today. Look at that.
138 matches, quite a few rounds that we'll be going through to whittle it down to our ultimate competitor here.
Incredible sets. I can't do math, but that's at least 7 or 8 rounds of competitors. Let's go. Let's see how it goes. And you know what? Let's just get right into it. Let's get started. Everyone, make sure you're watching your screens. Rock, paper, and scissors.
All right. I'm starting my match here as well. I'm playing against Pineapple Pizza. I am not going to be talking about strategy for this particular game.
See, now, and I think it would be awesome for you to tell me what you're picking to the stream so that you just can,
That's a good point. I'm going to be picking Rock. I lost. I picked scissors.
Oh man! If you had picked Rock, you might have won. See, you're not.
No, it would have been a tie, unfortunately.
Ties are still valuable. See, something that people are forgetting when they're playing rock paper scissors is the information. They think about that 1-round win. When it's a long set, you have to, if you get those ties, that's valuable information to write down and catalog for future throws. It's not as simple as rock paper or scissors, but the long game. What are they going to pick in round 6, round 7?
Speaking of the long game, we have a speed running panel tomorrow, correct? For Celeste?
It's today. It's later today.
I think I've speed run how fast you can lose at rock paper scissors. so I am out. Congrats to Pineapple Pizza for taking me out and making that top 50% of the bracket here.
Keeping that curse alive,
Absolutely.
Oh, we have one of our very own Celeste speedrunners in there, Nick Fury versus JS Mulled. Oh, and Keo Kitten out round 1, crowd favorite. I hate to see that, but Big Mood is going to be a big contender in this bracket.
Absolutely. We've got Josh Bofa moving on. We've got Weenie Hut God moving on. 2665, the winner of the Memory Express giveaway yesterday, moves on to the next round here. A lot of exciting matches going on here.
Wow, and Rock did manage to make it through that round. So Rock has some kind of strategy in mind that is managing to overtake here.
I know who I'm cheering for. We saw Plu, who lost to the bot yesterday, unfortunately get knocked out. You can see Victor moving on here, taking out Michelle M.
It looks like just about every round at C, I think we've got just about every single match completed here. There's scanning through. I should be able to. Oh, there's still one going. Whereabouts are we at here? Oh, 7-Up Java. There we go. Banana Penguin, maybe?
Banana Penguin just finished up.
There we go. That was the last round of round 1.
Congrats to all of you who have bested me. Condolences to all of you who, like me, will be drying your tears with paper, rock, and/or scissors.
Top 138. You're already in there.
Absolutely.
And it's an incredible play. We'll take a moment to salute our fallen comrades who were eliminated in the bracket round 1. But cheers to the ones who are still in. And let's take a brief look at the stats. How are we doing through the stats after round 1? We've got an incredible amount of rocks played. Rocks played 295 times to papers 255. With scissor being 229. It's almost like people are trying to, like we said, see into the future of that meta.
And we're almost, if you look at the win percentage, reverting back to that previous meta where paper seems to be the dominant force. 37% win percentage. And maybe as we get more of the community in here today compared to yesterday, larger player pool, we're seeing some of those old habits come back and breathe back into the scene in a way.
And it's something that certainly an analyst would have to take years to figure out exactly what was going through these players' heads. But with 887 hands thrown, we're seeing a colossal loss for Scissors, and maybe a reason to completely write off Scissors as a pick. I would question if that's something that you should even try. Knowing that you lose 70% of the time when you pick Scissors.
Anecdotally, I picked Scissors twice and lost both times. So that is maybe the way to go. Maybe
undeniable proof. Scissors is not usable. You should avoid it at all costs. Let's get started.
Absolutely. Round 2 starting here. We'll see which competitors are able to tough it out and move on. We see an early tie between Sheep Hair and King Dime. Seams takes a lead over Iarkai. Big Heck over TY Digital. Josh Bofa over Pasta Boy. Smash Ultimate rivalry there.
Well, I want to talk about something that you don't really see on screen here. When these competitors are playing, what they're seeing is a timer and a tie counter. So for all those people that are playing those long sets with many ties and they're playing the timeout, they're actually seeing this counter count down, forcing them to choose, and this tie counter count up, where if they hit the max number of ties, they're both eliminated, they're disqualified. So there's that pressure of a long set that really takes a toll on a player's mentality of knowing that if they make the wrong call, they can just be eliminated entirely, even though they didn't lose.
Absolutely. And this what this feature is to prevent people from just endlessly tying with one another as let's say rock goes against only rock and they only pick rock. They will unfortunately both be knocked out if they tie too many times in a row.
Absolutely. And it's the kind of thing that we see a lot of players try to go for that strategy to wear out the resolve of their opponent, and it works. But with the timer in play, you have to make sure you're doing this the correct way. You really have to get in your opponent's head about what kind of resolve you have in case they try to time you out.
Absolutely. And paper here going for Scissors to take out Brattergen 2-1. Interesting strategy to mix it up in that way.
Well, absolutely. I can't even recall the number of times I've seen a competitor hold on to a set for so long in that timeout scenario just to get hit in the last possible second and end up losing in their own timeout setup.
Absolutely.
So TJB and Orny going on. Oh, 1-1 here.
Tie.
Let's see what they've got. Last match, best of 3. Can TJB pull it back?
It was paper last time over rock. We'll see what they choose here. Moving on.
See, it sounds like a great setup. You think you'd want to keep going paper? Like that would be paper won last time, right?
That seems to be the meta play. We'll see what they choose here. TJB chooses paper and does take it.
Yeah, see, paper still holding strong.
And that was our last match of round 2. Mm-hmm, we have 69 competitors remaining.
And with 69, that leaves us 35 matches. We got E-Dog versus the bot.
Absolutely nice odd number here. Moving on into round 3.
Well, and the bot had incredible strength. In the last yesterday, we saw the bot taking out 2 major competitors,
including in top 6.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the thing. Whenever there's an odd number, that bot comes in, and if you are facing up against that bot, you have to be careful. The bot isn't predictable like any of those players. The bot, that random number generator, is out for blood sometimes.
Absolutely, and some of these stronger competitors, they rely on these kind of mind games in order to read their opponents, pick the next option. You can't do that against a bot.
No, you absolutely not.
You have to simply rely on instinct, on your intuition to get you further into that round and further closer to that $300.
And of course, there's always the mathematical players. Now that we're up to 1,550 hands thrown, we're seeing still a colossal win percentage for paper. Paper being thrown only 441 times, less than Rock's 529, but a win percent of 38.7 over 31.8. We're still seeing people tying with many rocks, but winning with paper.
And Scissors win percentage has just absolutely cratered from yesterday, falling from 36% to 29%. That 7% doesn't sound like a lot, but it can add up quite quickly.
And this is what all the statisticians were telling you. Scissors is a dying breed. Scissors is not the new meta. Trying to bring it back. Paper Main's proving that. And let's see how they do in the next round.
Absolutely. Starting round 3 off here, we have some very interesting matchups. Big
frame
Heck
one
taking some
picks. People were waiting on that button just to lock in as soon as they possibly could.
very quickly moving through these games here to start off with. Some players taking their time more and more. Zane tied against Casey Ramen already. Thailand playing against Player Pixel knocks them out. Zane taking out Casey Ramen. Lilikoi taking out my former competitor Pineapple Pizza.
Mm. And Lilikoi, strong competitor yesterday, making it through. And Cali versus 7-Up Java, who's one of our previous winners. Let's see if they can manage to take the edge off a strong competitor here.
We see AESA Cutie fall to Rice-A-Roni. Unfortunate there.
One day we'll see an ASA member make it to the top of the event, but seems like today might not be that day.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if we will ever see an AESA member rise to the top of rock paper scissors.
As we watch Nullix get eliminated here. Paper still going strong with scissors. So, holding that low tier character to bring some upsets.
And I think part of that has to rely on the name. Part of that has to be some sort of mind game. You go into a match against paper, and right away you're a little bit thrown off. What are they going to be picking? Is their name accurate? They must have mixed up at some point to go further. But then you've heard stories of someone winning a rock paper scissors tournament only going rock the entire time, and you're not sure.
Yeah, and we got E-Dog losing to the bot here. So again, the bot proving its prowess in these events.
One of these days, I think we've got to just get one of the bots to enter and see how far they can make it through this bracket.
Absolutely, that would certainly be interesting to turn a bot into a competitor. But I think it might be too dangerous to give it that agency.
We have to give the players a shot.
Mm-hmm. And with that, we are done 35 of 35 matches in round 3. And we are down to the last 34 competitors.
Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. I'm curious to see if Paper has managed to hold on to this iron grip here, and it looks like it has, dropping very smallly or lightly from that 38% down to 37.92. Rock takes a little bit of an uptick, and Scissors continues to fall in terms of win percentage here.
Well, an interesting thing about the stats, when you're thinking about it this late in the game, now that everybody's on one screen, you can see all the matches at once. Now you want to take it the back step and start analyze. Maybe you want to look into the future and watch what other people are picking in their matches from the stream. Maybe you're going to be that screen peek back in the Halo days. You're looking to see what they're picking in their other matches, thinking ahead of your opponent. Being careful not to get too wrapped up so you remember your current match. But there's less picks each round, so these statistics don't change as much. I mean, Scissors holding strong, but Rock going up 1% and Paper going down 1 in only 1/8 of their throws means it shows a pretty significant Rock increase.
Absolutely, and there's a reason professional sports teams pay millions of dollars for scouting teams. You need to know inside the mind of your opponent, their strengths, their weaknesses, what they're most likely to do in order to advance as far as possible in this tournament.
Well, I was talking to the devs here, but my understanding is that the version 2 of Rock Paper Scissors is going to include a pick ban phase. Certainly, a really good reason to do research on your opponent.
Absolutely interesting to see pick ban. That will definitely shake up this meta. Though we have seen the meta evolve quite a bit already throughout this weekend.
Yeah, lots of paper, lots of scissors already thrown, but now we're seeing some more rocks. It seems like the slower players might be the rock players in the bracket. If someone's taking their time, maybe they throw rock more often.
That old reliable to fall back on, maybe.
Well, I mean, if I was told, honestly, rock never loses. I've seen that. I've Googled it. It comes up many times.
I have also heard this information, though looking at this tournament, I'm not sure 100% of its validity. I think we know nowadays not to believe everything you read on the internet. And that might be the case here.
Absolutely. And I mean, you're seeing these competitors. I mean, so many matches already, a lot of matches tied 1-1, really strong competitors making it to this far in round 4 of the bracket, when you're down to only 34 players.
Absolutely. And we're seeing Zane and Paper locked in a dead heat tie here, 1-1, have tied now twice in a row going into that game 3.
Paper, the clear strategy here. Not throwing paper. I've very seldom seen paper throw paper, and I think that's the plan. Really psych them out. We've got Long 2 beating Nicography, one of the Celeste speedrunners coming up later today.
We've got Long 2 over Nicograph. We've got Trin over Lilikoi. Hogo Pogo over GCP KLA. Lots of heartbreaking losses and triumphant victories here in round 4.
Absolutely. So let's get this queued up and let's take a moment to analyze who everyone's going to be fighting in this next one here. So now we're down to the top 17. You've got 9 matches. Paper, paper, paper going against the bot. The bot can't see the name and will not fall for such a strategy. That matchup's going to be electrifying as paper, paper, paper has to prove that someone who cannot read can still fall for the trap.
Absolutely. Proving yourself against an illiterate opponent is a big step for any player here. And paper, paper, paper will have to prove that they're not just relying on mind games, that they have those base fundamentals that they can fall back on here and get ready to go.
Absolutely. I want to take one quick peek again at those stats. We'll take a look. We're looking at, Scissors jumped up a little bit. Scissors up to the 30%. Still very, very low, but when you think about the amount it can move, in 100 throws, Scissors gaining a percent is a good sign for Scissors. Maybe there's some life in there still.
Absolutely. That 0.5% doesn't sound like a lot, but tying it back into our sponsor here, 0.5% cash back on a card can add up real quick. And that 0.5% that we see in the increase of Scissors win rate also quite a bit more than maybe first shows to the eye.
Well, yeah, when you think about it, I mean, any added benefits, any savings you can make, whether it's in your tournament bracket or in your financial well-being, they're all positive for you, right? You might as well take that opportunity when you can.
Absolutely.
So let's see what they do in this next round.
Now, obviously, the match that we're really keeping an eye on here is paper, paper, paper versus the bot. But we do see Canakern take an early lead over Hogopogo, Cali take an early lead over Lizar, and knock them out immediately. So quick. Paper taking that Scissors lead over the bot. Ray Shay taking a lead over Ayarkai. We have our first, destruction of the bot here from paper, paper, paper.
Yeah, paper, 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 proving they're cut from a different cloth, maybe a different kind of paper, a different sheet, a different density, different weight, really proving that the bot is no matter to them. This isn't just a ploy. This isn't some, meme tactic. This is a serious strategy that deserves to be respected.
Absolutely. And respected all the way now to round 6. Low Laugh takes it over Long 2 here. Big Heck over Chris Howe. Richard Shea takes it over Ayarkai. And we have 2 matches remaining here locked in 1-1s, Mimosa in Thailand and J-Tren and Gallagher.
And see, I think there's some really awesome strategies going into play here. I've seen Gale G and G-Tran tie once or twice, and I wonder if they're really trying to get into each other's head. They make kind of a peace agreement to both throw paper a couple times, and then go there. Maybe it's time to start digging deep.
And mixing it up there, you see J-Tran mix it up at that last second, picking that Scissors and knocking out Gale G.
You're building up a certain amount of trust with your opponent. Hey, we're mutually throwing paper. We're mutually working together here, figure something out, and let the best competitor, prove themselves. But when you take that opportunity to just undercut and throw that Scissors, you're really betraying that trust. But at the same time, you're going to be making it further in the bracket.
Absolutely, and that trust is reset with your next opponent as soon as you go into round 6. So, so there's really no harm in taking advantage of these other players as you can.
Yeah, we are up to the top 9, which puts Thailand against a bot in 5 sets over round 6. We're really flying through here. There's only one line of competitors left. We've got Loloff versus Cali, J-Chan versus Trin, Racheche versus Big Heck, Canakern versus Paper, 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 and Thailand versus bot. I mean, you got to have some favorites at this point. We've been watching it the whole way along. Who do you think's gonna? Who do you rooting for in each of these matches here?
I mean, yesterday the commentator's curse definitely came in, but I have to say this meta defining strategy, this meta shifting strategy from Paper X3 is really impressing me, and I think them taking this home would be a very good storyline.
Yeah, at this point, we've already seen upsets from all of the major top seeds in the event being kicked out. We're down to competitors that are not typically seen in the finals. So we're really looking to see who's got that defining strategy. Like you said, paper, 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 really showing it. I think if Thailand can overcome the bot here, we're going to see some really electrifying play.
And we shouldn't discount that bot, even though it lost to paper, 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 paper. Obviously, an extremely strong competitor, but the bot has proven themselves this weekend in taking out these human opponents.
I think there's only one thing left to do but to find out. Let's get round 6 started.
Ooh. And Thailand and the bot tie right away, paper, paper. And then
quick
Thailand
ties right off
relying on
there.
it. And going right back to it. Thailand seems to have a strategy against this bot here,
Oh,
throwing paper consistently. Now we see that 1-1 tie, and the
oh.
bot takes it. The bot read Thailand. It was a very linear strategy.
Look, if you only
Surprising
throw
that
one
they made
hand,
it this far with that kind of strategy going in.
I'll be honest. If you're only throwing one hand, I mean, once people start to figure out the longer sets, you get figured out. You
And the
really
further you
gotta.
get in, the more likely your competitors are going to be smart enough, strong enough to be able to figure that out, including, in this case, the bot who literally isn't functionally able to.
It's really imperative that you give yourself that time to discover your opponent and adapt in a long set. Kanakern and paper still don't have a single round decided. They've been locked in a deadlock tie, and here they are, two strong competitors that are still in the bracket.
Continually throwing out those same signs, kind of reading each other, sizing each other up, trying to get a read on what the other opponent is thinking.
Well, it's kind of like a dance. Kanakern throws out the paper over a rock, and you see, Kanakern starting to guide the dance around. I'm leading this. I want you to fall for my paper over your rock.
And then we see a paper tie between the two competitors. Paper going to their name, seeing what will happen here. Kind of camping Kanakern out maybe a little bit.
Absolutely, and it could be a good strategy. I mean, again, long sets, as we see, starting to favor paper. Kanakern probably wants to finish this as soon as possible to make sure they aren't sweating too much.
And paper, cool under pressure, relaxing, taking it easy, tying again with his namesake.
And this is where you're starting to sweat. The tie counter has been counting up this whole time. They've got to be pretty high up there. You don't want to get eliminated by that tie disqualification. At some point you have to throw something different. Think differently. What's my first pick? Rock. No, scissors. Make sure that you almost psych yourself out.
Absolutely. If I were both competitors, I'd be terrified here. But paper takes it with that rock over that scissors, maybe showing us the way this metagame is progressing.
Absolutely. And it is at this time that I do want to remind our competitors, when you get to that final set, make sure you have ready some kind of screenshot of your perspective, because we will be needing proof of who you are. I recognize some of the names, but paper is a new competitor. I am not familiar with who you are. You want to make sure you have that screenshot ready so that you can prove your identity for the prizing sake, because we are almost there. We are almost there. You can almost taste it.
Whoever takes this next round is guaranteed to be in the money, no matter who they're playing against. And if I'm Ricochet, J-Tran, or Callie, I'm praying that I do not go against the dominant powerhouse that is currently paper in this competition.
Well, and absolutely. I mean, looking at it, sweating, you can taste the money. You're thinking about what you're going to buy with it. You're thinking, man, I really could use that extra 10 pack of nuggies from McDonald's. I was looking at getting dinner tonight, but if you lose here, then it's all a dream. You can't make it happen.
Absolutely. Dreams fleeting. Let's take a look at the stats here. Paper seems to have dropped a few more percentage points to rock, and scissors slightly recovering from its dismal win percentage earlier on in the competition.
Absolutely. And now with 21-16 hands thrown, we've got an incredible, record setting number of hands thrown in a rock, paper, scissors event. Total of 693 rocks as the most thrown hand in the entire event.
And 133 ties. So a lot of these players kind of relying on that old reliable rock to at least stabilize them and solidify them as they go into their matches here.
Absolutely. And let's see what happens in this semi-final round. So paper did get matched up against Callie, which could be a dangerous moment for Callie here. See how they can steal their resolve.
Absolutely. And Ricochet and J-Trent both going against each other with McDonald's apparently on the line. From what I'm reading right now in the chat, Ricochet takes the early lead over J-Trent for it.
And I think that, Ricochet, obviously a fast competitor, coming in with a more speed-based meta. Paper, after a long wait, takes a match over Callie.
With his namesake, with his old reliable paper. Interesting to see kind of that strategy coming in. Obviously making a lot further than rock. We'll see if it can continue to take them further.
Yeah, and those competitors, they train together, paper, and rock. So you'd expect them to have similar results. But after, they sit in the waterfall together, they think about their options. I think paper just has the better meta option.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like rock, paper, scissors, obviously the top competitors usually rise to the top, but obviously a very high variance event. even if you're a strong competitor like myself, you might get knocked out round one.
Well, absolutely. And paper, proving it, have been the focal point of the entire tournament, making it into winners finals. We're going to see if Jay-Tran or Shay can make it there with them.
Absolutely. This is quite the storyline. A Cinderella story. Jay-Tran takes it over Ray Shay.
Wow.
Getting in the money. Heartbreaking for Ray Shay and Callie here. So close to that money from our sponsor Brightside today. But unfortunately, not quite making the cut.
And this is one of those moments where, you could probably go to those the Twitters for those competitors. You've probably already seen that frame one, angry, I can't believe that they threw paper. That's kind of a cheap tactic, but you got to respect the competitors, Paper and Jay-Tran really deserve to be here after all the efforts they went through. They went through the bracket just like everybody else. No tomfoolery here.
Absolutely. And honestly, a storyline finals here. Paper, meeting up with Jay-Tran. We have Inom X4, one of our Smash Ultimate TOs. Apparently, Jay-Tran is his fiance, fighting against the dominant powerhouse that is Paper in our finals here. And of course, it is a best of 7, first to 4 wins versus our best of 3 that has been taking place for most of these other rounds.
And that changes the dynamic quite a bit, longer sets. At this point, there, a little bit of that stress is off. You've already made it into the money. You already know you're getting a prize, but you got to push a little further. This is where the true competitors really show their drive. You've made it here. You've got that prize money. You could walk away at this point going, I don't need to stress it. I'm in there. But the people who really want that first, they don't, second is nothing to them. They only want to see that first place win. That's where paper, and Jay-Tran really got to dig deep and show that resolve.
Absolutely.
And I want to see one final stat check.
Exactly. We've got Paper, Rock, and Scissors kind of holding on to that win percentage that they've got. Rock hops up to almost 700 throws now, which is crazy to think about. Scissors sitting barely over 500 still.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think without further ado, it's a great time to let this one rock and just let Jay-Tran and Paper prove the strategies that got them here. Mm-hmm. Two titans clashing fists. We're going to see what happens at the new sun high in the sky. 2 hands, making hands, throwing hands.
Absolutely. And on this Valentine's Day, will be interesting to see if someone playing for maybe a nice Valentine's dinner will be able to take it over. Maybe the event favorite so far in this competition, Paper.
Well, and certainly I'd love to see Paper and Jay-Tran pick the love option over Rock, Paper, or Scissors and see if they could, share this one, share the love, hug it out. I haven't seen any competitors try that yet. I certainly haven't seen any competitors try the handshake, try the friendly option. It certainly is there if you click on it. It's always been there. Everyone saw it as a button. We'll see if Jay-Tran or Paper are willing to take that friendly, loving option versus all the, brutal Rock, Paper, and Scissors choices.
Now, they do tie in the first round, so it does show some amount of unity here between the two contestants. And they tie again, both going for those scissors.
Well, absolutely. And I mean, at this point, if it was me, if I was in these shoes, I would be throwing Rock 3 times in a row. I think 3 times Rock is the kind of thing that you just don't expect at this level. You think finals, you think only the absolute best play, but sometimes you really want to throw something a little bit strange, get in their head, throw something cerebral, throw around even. Let them get confident, let them think.
And maybe they're listening to you here, Brad, as they both throw Rock. And
they are strong competitors.
Interesting to see here if they follow through with that and both continue to throw Rock.
I certainly wouldn't blame them. I mean, it's an insanely good strategy. I would respect it from either competitor for sure.
This is tense. This is I don't think we have ever seen a match go this far before a win. And Jay-Tran does take the first victory with Scissors over Paper. Paper, maybe anticipating another Rock throw, and Jay-Tran that next level ahead of them.
Well, Paper, just showing that they aren't, while they are a top level competitor, they haven't thought through some of the strategies that clearly people like myself, legendary Rock, Paper, Scissors player with many titles under my belt. Proving those strategies still exist, and sometimes they're being ignored. You want to make sure that in grand finals you got to be ready to employ every strategy, not just the one that got you here.
Absolutely. And we do see a slight reversal here with Paper going for that Scissors, Jay-Tran going for that Paper, and now we see Jay-Tran taking the Paper over the Rock to take a 2-1 lead over Paper.
Absolutely. And at this point, if you are a competitor who has been knocked out, or even a spectator considering you might play rock paper scissors in the future, ooh, rock over scissors. You really want to be thinking, watch these competitors, analyze this play so you can incorporate it into your own. Every match is a learning experience. You never want to watch a match and just think of the spectacle. You want to think about, how can I improve my gameplay? As J-Tran puts rock over scissors, we're into the final round for J-Tran. Match point, can they take it?
Now, me personally, I do have a favorite, but I always like to see a game 7. I always like to see it go down right to the wire, to have those contestants sweat it out for that last momentary single decision in order to take it further.
Absolutely. And that's the kind of thing we'd love to see. We'd love to see the top level competitors. They're tying it out. J-Tran does not want to give us that gift.
And Paper consistently has played it very slow. He's been taking it slow, analyzing his competition before they move on and select and lock in that choice of which sign they're going to throw here.
Well, maybe one of these competitors will be able to come out of this, with a nice Valentine's gift for their sweetie, or maybe themselves. You can be your own sweetie too. That's totally fine. But let that
Self-love is
motivation.
accepted, valid, and encouraged here. Absolutely.
Well, let that power you. Let that motivate you. Focus on number one. Ooh.
And there it is. We get the game 7, the 3-3 tie going into this final round here.
Intense. This is the kind of thing that you can't watch. You just don't know what's going to happen next.
This is the kind of thing you can't script. This is incredible story going into this final round here.
Let's see. I couldn't even predict what they're going to happen. I'm just waiting. I mean, we've seen paper this whole time. We've been focusing, the story of paper. J-Tran flying under the radar, making it to grand finals. Who's it going to be?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There it is. Paper taking it over. J-Tran.
What an incredible show of rock, paper, and scissors. We're seeing the chat. Clearly, there was some favoritism in the chat. They all wanted to see J-Tran win for the Valentine's Day dinner, but paper denying it. Doesn't matter. In for the comeback, saying, I put on a good show, but I've been here this whole time. My strategy was always the best. I got this.
That was quite the final there. We're seeing some timeout complaints from chat. Paper. Maybe relying on some controversial tactics to take the win. But obviously a very strong competitor here that will do what it takes in order to secure that dub.
But this is the kind of thing you gotta respect. Paper may have made some enemies along the way, as any good contender will. But at the end of the day, when you are the strongest competitor, it doesn't matter what method you use. It may not be the favorite. It's the winning method. You get to go put that $300, in your account. You get to laugh. You get to who cares about the haters? You just get to go back into the lab and make sure you're ready for the next one. After winning against 275 other competitors, paper takes number 1 spot, and I'm excited to see what they can do for the next one.
Absolutely, me too.
So with that, that does conclude our rock, paper, scissors. Make sure J-Tran and paper, please reach out to me. Make sure you take that screenshot so I know who you are. And I look forward to your messages, and thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. Once again, this was Rock, Paper, Scissors, powered by Brightside. Thank you so much for joining me, Cole.
Yeah, absolutely. And one more shout out to Brightside. Great service, great program. Definitely would recommend heading to that app store, downloading it, and getting your account activated to start using some of those features.
Well, absolutely. And I think if you type !Brightside in the chat, you might even be able to get a link that takes you right there for everybody to check it out. I honestly do recommend it. Brightside is phenomenal. They are very positive and from Alberta, which the Alberta Esports Association loves to hear. So I really do recommend giving it a shot, checking it out. And up next, we have what do we have next? Let me just check here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tetrio. We got Tetrio, right. We've got Tetrio Grand Finals coming up. And for those of you who like giveaways, prizes, and exciting gameplay, Tetrio Grand Finals is coming up next with Tina Salsa and Ty Sirkun. And you know what's even better? Afterwards, we're going to be doing some battle royales and some extra giveaways. So make sure you're hanging out in that chat. You may have a chance to join in on another game and another exciting moment.
Absolutely. A large number of community streams also running tournaments today. Definitely keep track of everything going on with Salt Flats 2121 today. And
it's all in the Salt Flats 2021 guide, as you can see in the chat. Anyways, without further ado, enjoy the rest of Salt Flats 2021, and take care, everyone.